Happy Friday, everyone, and welcome back of the last day of the week. How's everybody doing this morning? Good to see you, Michael, Lawrence, Lee, everyone. Welcome back. And looks like we're having some mixed markets going on. Looks like we're kind of 50-50 on the reds and the greens on my watch list and stuff like that. But yesterday was a very, very good day. I think I was talking to Josh and Rich yesterday, the other instructors, and saying, you know what? It's actually one of the better, probably the best day of the week, actually. Really a lot of good winners that moved up, especially the one on that USAR. It was fabulous. And we're going to check that one out. But now, you know my story. I don't know, some of you here were listening in yesterday, but I got totally screwed, like really bad on warrants, really bad. And apparently it's my fault. I didn't know that, but they never informed me. But I recuperated some of the money back from Schwab. But I want to talk about that really quick because I spoke to you guys yesterday, and I had to get off the line because I was talking to their compliance department yesterday. But I want to talk about the stock. Where is it? USAR. So we did really well with USAR. You could see it right here on the long-term chart. It was a great buy right around this price. So what I ended up doing is I bought the warrants because the warrants were cheap. The warrants were at $1.50 or something like that. So for 1,000 shares of this one at 17,000, you could buy almost 10,000 shares of the warrant and make so much more. But I didn't buy that much. I only bought 1,000 shares of it. So I had about $1,800. Well, okay. Apparently, if you didn't exercise your warrants on the 1st of December, which day I got never notified, you lost all your money. Okay. That's right. I lost everything, all of it, gone, caboose, if you didn't exercise it. And I'm looking at my account. I'm like, why is it showing 000? So apparently I looked it up, and they did send out a letter, but they sent it in the early of the month. I ended up buying it like 4 days ago. But I try to hold Schwab responsible for it and say, like, how did you not let anybody know? How do you let why didn't you warn me that these things expire? Warrants don't, I always thought they're not like they automatically convert into a common. Well, apparently it didn't. And unless you did it, and I'm out all the money. But on the flip side, I did negotiate with them. They offered me $250. That's the maximum they said we're going to give it me. And I went up to about 500. And it's kind of funny how he did go up to 500. So I ended up losing almost $1,400 in that trade. Now, on the good side, I made it all back on USAR. Went from 14 to 17. I own about, a few thousand shares of it. I ended up buying more yesterday. I averaged up on it. But I made my money back on it. But that's not the point. The point is, you know what? I lost money on it. And I'm only telling all of you this. And I'm going to make a video on it because I don't want that to ever happen to any one of you. For 35 years of experience, I have never in my life ever had that ever happen to me ever. Okay. Own a stock and go to zero, not knowing for that, for that reason. But anyway, USAR did really well yesterday because of it. A couple of the stocks I want to talk about too. CRML was a nice stock yesterday. That one looks very similar, same type of trend, $30 stock down to $10. This stock looks like it not only was a good day trade, but it might turn and convert into a pretty good day swing trade. Okay. So we're going to put that one on our watch list. CRML. All right. That was piggyback from yesterday. Rigetti, RGTI. So Rigetti got also another stock got hammered, destroyed. You could see it right here, all the way up to 20s and went all the way to 60, dropped back down. Had a really good day yesterday. It looks like it's still holding somewhere around those highs. I'm going to put Rigetti back on the watch list. RGTI. Listen, this is how you find swing trades. This is how you find good option trades. Okay. I did an event yesterday and I was asking everybody, what did you trade today? And it's so crazy. They all say the same thing. I trade the S&P futures. I played the S&P. I trade. The S&P doesn't move all the time. Why are you trading the S&P? Okay. Unless you do a huge long trade, but there are so many other stocks that you're like, wait a minute. I love that company and I wanted to buy it. And now it's like on 70% off. Imagine going to a store, okay? Let's say you wanted to buy that car, okay? You wanted to buy that Ferrari, but you can't afford it. You can't afford it. Or even do something even better. How about you always want to buy a house and you're like, man, I wish I could buy that house, but I never could afford it. And you know, and now all of a sudden you just happen to fall into it. Like, wait a minute, that house is 80% off from where I originally was going to pay for it. I'm a buyer. I'm a buyer. It's the same thing about the stock market. But don't go out there and think you got to keep looking at one industry and thinking you're going to make money on that. That's a mistake that people make. All right. So anyway, these things all did really well and they're making big comebacks. So I think there's some really good opportunities, some really easy and some great Christmas shopping going on right now on some of these stocks right here. And the list goes on and on and on. QBTS is another one. The same stock in the same industry, you know, QBTS, look at that, 25 to 29, and it's still up a little bit this morning. So quantum stocks, we were talking about this yesterday, they all did very well. They didn't have a great afternoon, but they had a fabulous morning, okay? That one, BBAI, great moving stock, another cheap one. Stock was at $6, went to $7. Still, I don't know if I want to put this back on the watch list. I know it's got some resistance levels around 7. I see some big orders out there, so I'll probably pass on that one. That one, to jump back into it as a swing trade. Also nice little push. Same thing. $27 stock high in the past month and a half, dropped down almost down to 10, making a little bit of a slingshot here. You know, put this back on the watch list. Another good one. Still got some more to go. I got to bang out here. We have the PMCB. That one had a good move, but I'm not putting that back on the watch list. PMI. That one was also awesome yesterday. And the best of them all, okay, is this one. QCLS. What a great runner. It had a good shake right here, okay? And then all of a sudden, what a big pop. So this stock went from $5 all the way up to about $8 a trade. That was a great mover. It was pretty funny when we were watching it and we were in the trading room. I know a lot of you here in the cyber group room did get the stock. Josh got out of it, and I'm like, you know, Josh, we should hold it here. So we had a profit. We had a good run, and we had a good run from here when it ran from like 540 up to about 630, and then it backed off, and people want to take some profits right there. And I'm like, you know what? We have it at a good price. Let's hold it. And then sure enough, within about another 15 minutes, it went from that 610, boom, all the way up to about almost 750. Great runner. That was a great run yesterday. So that's what you missed yesterday. There were a couple of shorts too. Netflix, brand name stock, is still coming down a little bit more, getting very hammered. I'm putting that on the watch list. NFLX. Okay. And remember, they did do, I think it's a 10-for-1 stock split on that stock right there. So you could imagine how much it's lower. Intel finally coming down after that huge rally on that stock. Could be a good buying opportunity if it holds here somewhere around the 30-ish number. And SYM. Still taking a very big hit. I would put this on the short list. You know, it's, you know, 50 is a really good buy right there. You know, if the orders are out there, so you're about $8 away from it. All right, so let's put that one on the list. SYM. I'll tell you, day trades turn into swing trades, turn into options trades. All right, now there are a couple of stocks here in the big gainers list, and this one right here is just literally on fire. Okay, Security Matters. You're telling me, look at this stock, where this stock has started at. This damn stock was all the way down. This got to be a huge short squeeze. I don't know what the hell's up with this stock. You got to hit lotto on this stock, but this stock was at $3.90. Some of you remember it. It ran to about 63 and it kind of died. And you know what's crazy? I didn't have it on my watch list, but you can see here it was holding at these highs around the 60s. And then you could see it right there. And then boom, this thing ran all the way to a high right now and to $450. I don't know what the hell's going on with this thing, but you could see it right here. I don't know if this is a reverse stock split, but it was in the $1,000 price range. It definitely was a multiple stocks, a reverse stock split. You could see it here. The number's not even coming up on here anymore. what was this number right here? Yeah, well, you can. What is that? 7 million? Yeah, 7 million. So this stock obviously must have split a gazillion times. That's why it's going up so fast, because the outstanding shares. I think there's only 1 million shares outstanding right now. We'll check again, but we're not trading it. Okay, get away from it. Don't look at it. Don't touch it. Right? There's plenty of them out there. Unless you were one of the fortunate, lucky ones as a day trader, and you bought a small lot, that probably you just put it away. Congratulations, because we were trading that and is on our watch list. A couple other stocks. Wheeler is moving up pretty decently. Another stock that got destroyed. Could be a good bottom fish on this one. WHLR. So Wheeler looks pretty good right here. JFBR. Jeff's Brands. Inexpensive stock. Good spread. Great volume. Stock had a little bit of a move yesterday, but she's moving up pretty nicely. Let me go check out the orders really quick right here. On level 4, JFBR. See what we got going on here and who's buying and selling it. But let me write this down. JFBR. All right, so it looks like we're trending down a little bit right here. You can see the orders are getting filled. So that's not really a good sign. But we are getting a little bit of a stack bottom. So that one's not bad. We'll keep an eye on that one. We're at 26, 28%, number 5. There's a lot of stocks out here, but this one's way too expensive. We're going to pass on that one. Really nice stock, though. Look at that. Consolidation, and then boom, what a pop. Okay. Another cheap one right here. AKAN, kind of flat. 25%, 15 million. I'll put this on the B list. AKAN. All right, my list is getting a little too big right here. Oh, we're getting a run on this one right here. Toro. TORO. All right, nice push, new high. This thing is moving up nicely. All right. Probably we got a live one. Let's go check out and see what the orders. Somebody's bidding this thing up right now. You could see that the stock is just doing really, really nicely. Here we go. Oh, you got a 4-layer cake here on the bottom. Some buyers out here. Beautiful. Nice move on that Toro. I'm going to go out there and too late. I was just going to hit the bid and try to buy it right here. All right, I'm going to wait to see if it backs off really quick, but that one, nice little move on that Toro. All right, anything else out here? iRobot just keeps going up every day. That stock, we've been trading it constantly. IRBT. iRobot, for some of you missed it. This thing was an absolute fabulous stock that was moving right around here at $2. Ran from 2 to 3. This thing is still pushing up pretty good. iRobot back on the watch list. And I need to get a little picky here because, all right, we're done there. Losers, nothing there. New York Stock Exchange. Another expensive stock right here, but we're not going to trade it. OKLS. Boyle's having a really nice run. Okay. SGN made the gainers. That was a stock that we've been watching for a while. We'll put that on the watch list. Chip. And that pretty much does it. All right. So we got our watch list, ladies and gentlemen. Pretty big list. Let's get ready for the market to open up. We got about 15 minutes. I know we have a lot of new trial members that have joined our cyber group room. So if you're new here, hopefully you made your appointment. Make sure you watch those videos that we gave you about how to get level 3 and level 4, and just sit back and just watch what we're doing in here. Don't get too crazy. Don't get too cocky. Don't buy anything. Just watch the traders. If you're watching on social media, if you got your phone, you could scan that QR code that I just posted up right there, or you can go to ctu.co/free. And you could join our live trading room. We'll be commentating. We'll be here all day long. All right, guys? Me, Josh, and Rich will be back commentating at 9:30. We're going to take a 15-minute break. Don't go anywhere, and we'll see you then.